Hey guys, welcome to SGS Insight. So in this video, I'm going to bring on my guest Ian. The reason I'm bringing him on the show is because he's just very knowledgeable about fitness, tools that can really improve you guys' life. He's done like a lot of reading about these topics, and that's why I really think he's going to have a lot of insight to share to you guys. So here's Ian. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great, Rolando. How you doing?
Good. So what are some tools that you've come across that can really improve people's physical health and mental health?
So I think there's so many things. I can talk about this topic forever. I think it's really important to have a routine and a regimen. My routine is pretty robust. I have a lot of things that I've added over the years. So I'll just go over some of the most important ones that I think are crucial to having a positive and meaningful life. The first one I would say is having a healthy, consistent diet of whole foods, minimally processed. I'm sure you know plenty about that.
Oh yeah.
Lots of nuts, fruits, natural things, not a lot of chemically manufactured stuff. The other one is active and healthy lifestyle. So getting a lot of exercise, moving around. Some people say they can't, afford the time to exercise. I think everyone has a little bit of time to, 15 minutes is enough. If you can't get exercise, I think it's fine I actually think it's really important to stay active throughout the day. So things like doing little walks, not sitting for over an hour at a time, things like that is really going to keep your heart moving and the blood flowing throughout the day. Another thing is having close relationships with friends and family, and then doing things with those people, like things that are meaningful and fun and interesting. You should always be curious and try to explore life with the people that are close to you.
That's great, yeah. And the thing about like nutrition, so there's definitely like a lot of supplements out there that can kind of enhance people's lives for sure.
Yeah.
What are some things specifically that you've come across?
Yeah, I take creatine every day. I take about 5 grams. There's mixed reviews on creatine. I personally think it has a lot of positive benefits, both cognitively and performance. The other one is turmeric. Have you heard of that?
Oh yeah, it can kill like cancer cells that are kind of developing in our body, correct?
Yeah, there's a lot of proven benefits. Mainly it reduces inflammation in your brain and body, so that's going to have tons of impacts for performance, recovery especially, and it'll keep your brain really sharp.
And like there's capsules, there's powder, there's many different ways to take it, correct?
I do just a shot of pure turmeric. There's like black pepper extract in there, which makes it a little more bioavailable for the body to absorb.
Gotcha.
The other one, vitamin D.
Okay.
That's really important for immunity boosting. In men, it boosts testosterone as well. That'll regulate your mood and keep everything functioning nice and healthy. It's really good for your heart. And lastly, I'll say ashwaganda. Have you heard of that one?
Actually, I've never. Like, what is that exactly?
So that's like an ancient Ayurvedic medicine. So it comes from India. They've been using it for thousands of years. And they're just starting to get more and more evidence that it is super effective. Kind of regulates your mood, keeps your energy high, promotes better sleep, and also increased testosterone in men.
Interesting. So is it like a powder, capsule? Like what is the actual product?
I'm sure you can get all types of forms of it. I just take like a tincture. It comes in a little dropper bottle, and I just do a couple drops. That's a convenient way for me to take it.
Interesting. Wow. And is it something you take like every day? Okay.
It's every day. And yeah, you can purchase it online, Amazon, anywhere. It's pretty readily available.
Gotcha. I'll definitely have like a little link right here. People
Yeah,
can check
for
it
sure.
out. And there's another one too, kava. I know you were telling me about that like last semester. So I think that one's good. So why don't you share some insight about that one as well?
Yeah, kava is something a lot of people don't know about. It's an ancient Polynesian root that they grind up, they dry it out, and they grind it up into this powder. And they put it with coconut milk or some other fat-soluble liquid. And when you take it, I can't say it's like alcohol or marijuana. Maybe it's kind of a mix of the both. It's very mild, but it's a nice feeling. So you can get just the powder and mix it up with coconut milk. You can kind of make the traditional beverage yourself. I probably take it maybe 3 times a week. At the end of the day, it's a really nice way to relax, unwind, and helps you socialize, get a little bit looser. And also has a lot of physical health benefits, like it reduces inflammation and cortisol and things like that. So it's great.
Okay, yeah, because I've taken it myself, and I definitely do notice calmness, gives me energy, which is weird because when you usually take stimulants, it's a negative effect. But like, it's not a stimulant though either, which kind of blows me away.
I think there's different like strains. You can get some that are more for relaxing and some that are more for energy boost.
Gotcha. And with nutrition aside, they're like, people sometimes they get very tight, you know what I mean? Their muscles, and they cramp a lot. And I've heard that massage guns are pretty effective. So like, why should people like invest in one of them?
So massage guns are great. I've had one for probably 2 years now, and I do it before and after I exercise every time. I really think that it does help. So let's say, you have a muscle knot. Basically, that's the fibers of your muscle that are kind of adhering together, so they clump up. And that can help loosen those fibers up. And I like to do it, I supplement that with, foam rolling and massage. But that's a great way to loosen up those fibers, get some new blood flow in. So that's obviously going to help with recovery. And before your workouts, that's going to increase blood flow, so you'll have a better pump, you'll have better access to that power.
And there's many different massage guns. Some are like $40, some are 200, 600. So what should people consider if they're gonna purchase a massage gun?
I would definitely consider that this is something that is gonna be taking a lot of impact. Like, I totally beat mine up, so I went for kind of a higher quality one. It's constantly gyrating, so you want to make sure, like, it can literally, if you get a cheap one, it'll just blow the motor out after like a year. You don't need to go super expensive, but what is important is the length of the punch. Some have like an 8 millimeter range, like it gyrates within that small range. I think it's super important to get one that has 16 millimeters, because the 8 one, it's just gonna like feel like it's just kind of vibrating, whereas the 16, it's really gonna get deep into the muscle fibers.
Gotcha.
So that's the most important thing.
Wow. Because I definitely have a massage gun myself, and I found if I do have like a tight knot in my quads, my arms, it just really relieves it. And I'm not as tight anymore because of it.
You do before or after your workouts?
So usually like after the workouts, or sometimes the next day. Like, it's really hard to get into routine too of using a massage gun consistently. Like, everything else working out I've mastered, but the massage gun, I don't know why it's tricky to get a routine.
It's helpful just whenever you can do it. I'd say.
Nice. And people in college, you know what I mean, they experience a lot of stress, man. What are some things they can do to kind of combat that?
Yeah, so definitely all of the things I mentioned above, like before, about having a routine and adding those healthy things in, are going to make it so that stress has little room for in your life. But I can mention some things that I didn't talk about. One of them, probably the most important one to me, and you might attest to this as well, is meditation and mindfulness. So every day, blocking out some time to come back to the present moment, clearing your mind, and just having quiet time to set your intentions for the day and your goals. And then throughout the day, following up with that is just taking little moments to be here. Just to breathe, just to experience life as it's happening right now.
That's
great. To be
great.
thinking about the past or future. A lot of our stresses and our worries are about things that are supposedly going to come or did come. So just being present is going to eliminate a lot of that.
I found too that because I do meditations a lot, my mind is not always overthinking about all the things that are happening in my life, because I've almost made my meditation a time to kind of process all the events in my life.
There's many different forms of meditation. It doesn't have to look all the same. It's, if you don't have any time to sit down and do it, you can simply walk and just, smell the smells, see the sights, feel things. Another really positive thing to do that I do, like for my physical body stress, is ice and cold baths, cold showers. That's going to reduce cortisol, which is your stress hormone, increase testosterone, and having such a physical stress to your body, like cold is not something, your body doesn't want to stay in that state. You're going to develop a tolerance to that. So,
also too, I've read cold showers that can burn brown fat as well.
That's correct, yeah.
Wow. I see cold showers, it's just hard though, because who wants to take a cold shower in the morning at night? But when I have done it though, I do notice the difference for sure.
For sure, yeah. It's definitely hard to get into, but once you get into the routine, it's just like anything else. It's just, you'll start to like it actually.
Gotcha. Wow. Well, Ian, thank you for coming on my show, man. I really think you shared a lot of great insight that the audience could potentially use in their life.
Absolutely. It was great to be here.
Yeah, thanks, man. Well, guys, this was the end of the video. I really hope you guys found a lot of value from it because we really tried to share a lot of strategies, tips that you guys can employ in your life so that your life can be much easier and you're not stressed all the time. I'll catch you guys in the next video. I do create a lot of videos along these lines. Some of them are going to pop up right here. Definitely check them out.